like all of the galvanized planters or raised beds from Gardener's Supply, it comes packed flat in a whole bunch of pieces like this. So before you start doing anything with it, make sure you've got all the parts. And to do that, you'll need the instructions. So don't try to do it without the instructions. It won't work. So I've laid out everything here and I'm ready to start putting it together. So I'm going to follow the instructions. It's really fairly straightforward. You don't need a lot of tools, but you will need a rubber mallet and a Phillips head screwdriver. So make sure you have those on hand. Now, a few cautionary notes. Some of these parts, the edges that have been cut, might be a little sharp. So if you're at all concerned, wear a thin pair of gloves. The first thing to do then is the legs. Okay, so you've got 4 legs. Each of the legs has 2 screws, two screw holes drilled into it. And what you're going to do is you're going to line these pieces, these are called the platform supports, you're going to fasten them onto those legs. You want one hole there and one hole there, so make sure they line up properly. And this straight part, this platform, you want it like that. Okay, now there are 2 different designs for the platform. They're the same thing, just in reverse. So 2 of these legs are going to be that way and 2 of them are going to be this way. So let me screw them together and then we'll carry on. So just make sure that this piece is at the top. The next step is to take these long panels, so not the short ones, the long ones, and you're going to slide them into the legs. Couple of things to note. There is no top or bottom on this, so it doesn't matter which way you've got up or down on this, but it does matter how these long ones go into the leg. So you want to make sure that this support you've just screwed in is lined up facing in the same direction as the panel. You're going to slide it in here. And if you come around, you can see that there are some knobs that stick out and they have to slide into some holes in the leg. Once those knobs are sticking through the leg, you need to slide this into place, and this is where that rubber mallet comes in. There we go. Okay. So you're going to do that with both ends of the long panel, and then you're going to do it with the other 2 legs as well. Once the panels are in place, you need to put a small screw into the legs right here to hold the panel in place so that it doesn't come loose. There are 8 small screws. Now I thought, oh my gosh, I'm missing one. It turned out it was wedged into here. So before you panic, look inside this thing to see if one of those small screws are there. So just put them in like this from this side. You can't really stick them in from the other side, so that's the way they're going to go in. And then once I've got these in place, I'm going to stick the end panels on exactly the same way. You're going to put it in here, push the knobs through, hit it with the mallet until you have a nice rectangle formed. Next, you're going to take the floor support. That's this thing, and to make sure you've got the right side, you look for the side that has 2 holes on each end. Right, the other side doesn't have any holes, so that's the wrong side. And this side with the holes is going to go down, so it's the bottom. It's going to fit into here. And you want it to rest on those supports that you screwed to the legs earlier. So that's where it's sitting. Once it's in place, you want to slowly turn it over onto its side because you're going to need to put these bolts in from the bottom, and you can't do that like this. So I'm going to turn it over. So you're going to line the holes up in the floor support with the holes here and put a bolt in each one. It's a little fiddly, so don't tighten these up too tightly until you've got them all in, because otherwise you might not be able to get some of the other ones in. So I'm going to put one in each corner, and then I'm going to come in and put the second one in each corner and then tighten them all up. These are the ones with the brakes, and these are the wheels without brakes. When you put them on the legs, you're going to put these two on one end next to each other and these two at the other end next to each other. To put the wheels on, you're simply going to line up the holes in the bottom like that, and then you're going to use the medium screws and you're just going to screw them in. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all 4 wheels on the bottom. Now, like you did with the support, the floor support, I really recommend that you put them in side by side, like corner to corner. Don't tighten them all the way, so you still have a little bit of give, just to make sure in case the holes don't line up perfectly, and then tighten them down when all 4 screws are in. Once the wheels are on the ends of the legs, you're going to turn this over and be careful because it's going to roll around a little bit now that the wheels are there. Whoa. All right. And you're simply going to take the caps and stick them on the legs. You might want the mallet just to make sure they're in place. Next, you're going to take the reservoir base here, and there are 2 of these drainage plugs, and you're going to screw one into the bottom of each reservoir. They are a little tight and fiddly to get in there, so you might have to work at it. You might need pliers or a wrench to get it in there. Once you have that drain plug in place, and don't worry if it can't go in all the way, nothing's coming out of here. So you put that there, and then you're going to put this on top. Now what you want to try and do is these 4 holes here, you want to line them up with these 4 things sticking out of the bottom. So carefully line them up. Easier said than done. There we go. And then you're going to take the 8 large screws that are remaining, and you're going to screw the top onto those posts. Now that the 2 reservoirs are screwed together, we're going to finish up the installation. So you're going to put these in. These are the fill tubes. They're really nice. I like these because the top swings open, so you're not getting bugs and dirt and things going down into there. So you would open it up, put your water in, close it up. It also has a really nice indicator. That's great. So it shows you how much water is in the reservoir. So that simply goes in. All right, you might need to push a little to get it in there. Just these both bend, so make sure you don't break it, because then you're not gonna have a working indicator. So once those are in, next thing is you're gonna put these capillary tubes in each hole. So push it in until it's all the way down at the bottom. There are 9 that go into each one of these reservoirs. So really easy. These are absorbent fabric, essentially, that wicks the water from the reservoir underneath up into the planting medium where your plants are. So once you have those together, then these go in here. These go in a corner, not in the middle. So put this one like this, and this one, again, these are the corners. So make sure your tube is in the corner of the planter, and they just go in the bottom like that. The final step, the final step is to take this sticky tape, and you're going to use it to seal all the seams in the bottom of the planter. So you're going to put it along the middle seam down here, just like that. Okay, and you're also, and make sure it's nice and firmly pressed down. So this is a waterproof tape. It's to stop leakage and soil from falling out of the planter. So you're going to put it down the middle here. You're also going to put it along the edges all around the planter. And that's it. You have successfully assembled your galvanized elevated raised bed with really nice self-watering features down below. It's from Gardener Supply. You can buy it on their website at the link below this video. And that's it. You have successfully, what have you done?
Assembled.
Okay.